Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this week's ClaritySoft training webinar. Today is Tuesday, April 26th, 2022, and I'm Susan Arnold, Implementation Specialist here at ClaritySoft. Our topic today is making the most of the Opportunities module. We're going to concentrate 100% on the Opportunities module and hopefully give you lots of tips and tricks in how to best use that Opportunities module to help you move your sales forward and win those sales as you move through the sales stage process. What we'll be covering today, first of all, a quick overview of the Opportunities module. If you're already using it, then you know what it does. And then adding custom fields. In our last webinar where we talked about the leads module, we talked about adding custom fields. Custom fields can be added in any module in the database. And if you add the same custom fields across the database, then the data will flow from module to module. So you can start in leads, have the data flow into accounts, contacts, opportunities, and on into quotes and sales modules and projects. So it's just a matter of deciding what fields you need and want to flow throughout the database and then building those fields in each module. Creating new opportunity records can be created multiple ways. You can add a new opportunity manually. You can convert by going to either an account record or contact or the opportunity module. You can convert a lead to create an account, a contact, and an opportunity. You also can import lists of opportunities. If you're coming from another CRM and you have opportunities in that CRM, then they can be imported into ClaritySoft. Or if you're coming from spreadsheets, and just starting with a CRM, then your spreadsheet can be put into a format that will allow you to import those opportunities into ClaritySoft. We're going to work with opportunities. The main thing with your opportunities when you're working with them is to keep the sales stage current and especially to keep the close date current. Because when you run different filters, for those, grouping by sales stage, you can see the value of what you have per sales stage. You also can look at pipeline reports by the close date. What do we expect to come in this month? What do we expect to come in next month or the next 3 months? And the value of that. So keeping those two fields updated along with the amount or the value of the opportunity is very important because then you know where you stand at any point in time. Pipeline boards, these are relatively new and maybe some of you have not yet discovered these. A pipeline board is also called a Kanban view, where you get a more graphic representation of your opportunities and then can move things from one stage to the next by dragging an icon. And I'll show you what it looks like and how to create one. Adding activities, that's part of any module in ClaritySoft, keeping up with your opportunity, calling people, having meetings, whatever you do, and tracking those activities and putting in your notes so you know when you last talked to somebody, what you talked about, and where you need to go, and scheduling future activities so they don't disappear and you aren't doing your follow-up in a timely manner. Products and services. In ClaritySoft, you can add a price book, which is a list of your products and services with the pricing. And that then can be used to add those items into the opportunity record so that you know exactly what you're selling to that person or want to sell to that person. And then as you move forward and take an opportunity, say to a quote, those product items will move forward into the quote record so you can send out a quote template. And then you can convert it to a quote or a sale when you win the opportunity, depending on what you do. And then finally, reports. So we have a lot to cover, but I think we're good. Just a quick thing here. I created a little diagram where the process really that you follow in ClaritySoft is you can create a lead, qualify that lead, convert the lead. This is what we covered 2 weeks ago in the last webinar. Then that converted lead, you create an opportunity and you start walking through your opportunity. When you get to the point of needing to give them a quote on pricing, you convert the opportunity to create a quotation record and send it. Then you're kind of working between the two, waiting to hear back on whether the quote's been accepted or not. Once it is accepted and maybe you get a purchase order or something like that, then that quote can be converted to create a sale. And then you kind of keep going around repeating these in order to create new opportunities for additional products or services, give them a quote, convert it to a sale, and you keep moving forward. So that's kind of the process. And you can do, some people don't quite understand this, but the money modules, you can create a quote first, and then you can take that quote and convert it to an opportunity. Excuse me. For some businesses, you may get somebody calling in and say, well, can you give me a quote on these products? You can go immediately to the quotations module, create the quote and email it to the person. Then depending on, whether they're ready to purchase or not, you can take that quote and immediately convert it to a sale. Other people have long sales cycles, so they need that opportunity in order to know what's going on. So ClaritySoft is very flexible in how you use those money modules. All right, let me get to my login here. Okay. So as I said, the opportunity module is where you're going to create a record for a potential sale. And then it allows you to track that sale through your various stages until you win it, you lose it, or for some reason it goes to no decision and gets stuck. So you can see here, I have actually a filter right now for active this month. That means that these are all opportunities that have a close date for the current month, which is April. In a few days, that will change. Like next week, this filter will be flipped over to May because May will be the current month. So these filters up here allow you to see the opportunities that you want to see. All opportunities will show you all opportunities forever. It does not look at anything at all. There's no filter at all. So it's looking at all stages. It's not looking at close dates. It's not looking at anything. If you create an opportunity and save and close it, and then you can't find it, my next step is to go to all opportunities up here and you will find it. Sometimes you're in a filter that when you create the opportunity, you set it to something that doesn't match what the filter's looking for, and it, quote, disappears on you. So don't panic. Just come up and change the filter to all opportunities, and then you will find it. And you can see I have different opportunity filters here. Some are built in. Active this month is one that's built in, that's going to restrict it to a close date of the current month. And it's a stage that is an active stage, which is not one lost or no decision. Those are inactive according to ClaritySoft. And then all active would show you all of your active opportunities, no matter what the close date is. So it's only looking at the sales stage there. So just be aware of these filters up here because they do sometimes cause people some problems. You can set a default filter by clicking on the drop down and going to manage views, and all your filters will be listed here. You can create and save your own just like you can in any other module. And then you can see I have active this month set as my default, so that when I go to my opportunities module, when I log in, it automatically shows me active this month. Maybe I would prefer all active, and then I can just click. Okay, so the next time I'm logging in, it'll go to all active. So it's going to show me everything here. All right. So the other view of the screen here at the top, this will show you the total value of the opportunities that are currently being shown in the filter. It's also at the bottom down here. This is where it previously was, and we added it at the top to make it easier for everybody to see. And then you can see if I change to active this month, that's what we're expecting to bring in by the end of the month. Okay, all the, hopefully in the next 3 days. So that's there. You have the same filters here, your quick search. Your quick search allows you to search by an account name, a contact name, and or part of an opportunity name. So if I'm looking for one specific account that I've done business with, I can start typing it in, hit the enter key, and I will now see all my app opportunities I have with Zelda Industries, but it's also only the active ones. If I change this to all opportunities, you can see, oh, I have one that I lost. So again, pay attention to the filters at the top. So I can search by a company, I can search by a person, all the contacts, it basically looks in these three: opportunity, name, contact. And then I can search by well, I've got one here. I'll just start typing in by part of an opportunity name, one for price levels. Okay. So that quick search is very flexible, lets you find the opportunity that you want to work with, just like it allows you to find records in the other modules as well. You have a filter users, just like in the other modules, where you can set the filter to yourself. And then you would see only those opportunities that belong to you. So I currently have 40 total opportunities, all of them. Okay, so you can set that. I'm going to turn it off again. Or you can view another person's opportunities. If you're a sales manager, you can change the filter to view other people's opportunities and see what values they have. Then you have your spyglass button here where you can create an advanced search. This lets you create your own searches using a form filter where you can search by, an industry type. How many opportunities do we have in a particular industry? How many do we have in a particular product interest? What territory is doing the best? All of these ways that you can search, these are all custom fields that I've added in here that then I can search by. So again, perhaps, as a manager, you want to maybe slice and dice the information different ways. So you want to think of the different ways that you want to be able to pull that information out and add those custom fields to your opportunity record so that you can do that. You could search by sales stage. You have a standard filter here where you can choose a field and then you can say it contains or it's equal to different things. All of these tabs up here work together. So whatever you enter on each tab, all of the filter criteria work as a group to do what you want to do and find the records that you want to find. One of the most important ones, I think, is the time filter, because this lets you choose a close date, how many new records did we create in the last 6 months or year to date? How many new opportunities have we created year to date? Okay. Mine are all really old, so this would be a useless filter for me. But for you, it could be very important to see how your team is doing. How many new opportunities are they getting and working on since the beginning of the year? Product filter lets you search on specific product items that you have in your database. And my database is a crazy mess because it has coffee in it, it has widgets in it, products. So it's a crazy mess of products, but you can search on product items or by a group, product group. So this can be searched too to find all the opportunities for a particular product. All of this gives you a lot of capability to come in here and search and find the records that you want to see. So for example, if I wanted to see everything in the presentation stage with a close date of, let's see, I'm going to say the next 3 months. So that would be May, June, July. We'll see if we get anything. So there we are. So these are all of the opportunities that have a close date of the next 3 months that, now I forgot what I even did, are at a sales stage of presentation. Okay. So that shows me that. Again, you can sit here and think through all the ways you want to pull that information up. And that allows you to see things and filter the ways that you want. Once you've created a filter, you do have the option when you click on this red text to save the view. If you want to save that filter, you know, presentation next 3 months, you can do that, or it's close date next 3 months, you can save it. If you don't care, that's fine. You can edit it if you want to, you know, you see the filter and say, oh, well, maybe I want to just see next month or whatever, and then the next 5 months, then you can go and edit it. It will take you back and you can then change your search. Okay. So practice that. That's one of the biggest things in the database is learning how to do searches so that you get the information that you want. And then when you want to clear it, you just click the little X to cancel the search and return back to what the filter is up here. All right. So that's your opportunity module. Columns, again, you can set your columns up here with the vertical ellipsis button, drag over the columns that you wish to see, put them in the order in which you want to see them, set the number of records per page, and set how you want them to sort. Maybe you would like them to sort by the close date. Maybe you would like them to sort by the amount, and you can choose ascending or descending order. So you pick what makes the most sense to you. I'm going to do it this way. So this should search from oldest to newest. I might want to go the other way. Nope, I want to go this way. Or from newest to oldest is what I'm saying. Descending would be newest to oldest for the close date. So we have that. And again, make it work for you, how you're looking at your records. All right, so stepping back just a bit, customizing. When you want to customize, if you're still kind of in the setup of your database or you're thinking of new ways you want to add things to your opportunities module, then you can go to the settings, and you have to be an admin user to be able to do this. And once you're in settings, you go to customization, and then down here, you will see opportunities. And underneath opportunities, you will have all the different things that you can customize in the opportunity. You can see custom fields is first here, and you can see I have a lot of custom fields in my demo database. A lot of them are disabled, so you don't see them, but you may add any custom fields that you want. So I do have in here, oh, where are we? They're more in, here's an industry type. So this one is a drop down that I created, and this is where it's located. It's in accounts, contacts, It's in a custom module. I have 2 custom modules. It's in leads. So these are all the modules where this field exists. So wherever this is first filled in the leads module, as the record progresses or the process progresses to convert the lead, then it's going to transfer the data to the next module as it moves through. So when you're creating a new custom field, you give it a name, you choose a data type for it. If it's a drop down, you put in the list of options and then select where you want it to go and click save. And you just keep working your way through all of the different fields that you would like. And you may want to map them out on sticky notes on the wall or something if you're just setting up your database. Once you set all those custom fields, then you need to go to what's now called the record designer. It used to be called the UI templates. It's now the record designer. We felt that was a maybe easier term to relate to than user interface. And you go to the opportunity record, and then all of your custom fields that you have are in blue on the left, and you drag over what you want to see and place them in the position. So right now, these ones I have over here are the custom fields, okay? You do that layout, and then you click save. That will save any changes you've made. You've set this for the all access profile. If you are the admin user and you know you have additional access profiles that you want this same screen layout for, then you need to click on copy to and click in the check boxes where you want to copy this layout. However many you might have, you may have none, and that's fine. But that copies the same layout to all those other access profiles. Once you've done all that, then you log out and log in. And you will need to do, for all the different modules, you'll need to go to accounts, to contacts and everything. So you want to get all your custom fields set up. Then you just go to the record designer and go down and modify all of these. Okay. So back to here, other customization. Roles in opportunities. You have roles in opportunities. You have roles in projects. You don't have them in quotes or sales. But what these are for is sometimes when you're working an opportunity, depending on the type of company you are, your project may be a huge, building project or something, and you've got a multi-member team working with you. Maybe you're the salesperson, but you've got, maybe a project engineer working with you. You've got other people internally that are helping you on this opportunity. So what you can do is define different roles, and then you can assign different people to those roles. So, if I wanted to add one, I could say, I'll just say additional. Sometimes we get this question where there's more than one salesperson working on something and we can only have one owner of a record. So you possibly can use this in the roles feature. So you decide what you need and then you add those different role functions. Then on the left, preferences, this is for pricing format. You can have 2 decimal places or 4 decimal places in your numbers. Again, it may depend on, how your pricing go, whether you need 4 decimal places. Then you can have opportunity numbers. Claritysoft will automatically assign an opportunity number. You have the option to keep the number or to change it to text name, but it'll start with number 1 with 7 leading zeros. You can add a prefix to it if you want. You can start with number 255 or whatever number you want to start with, and however many leading zeros you want if you want to change that. Okay. So once you make changes here, you click apply, it will save them. Your sales stages, these, you'll get ones that come out of the box with ClaritySoft, but you may change these and to fit your process. And this is sometimes where teams get a little stuck, because if they've kind of, everybody does their own thing, you have to get a meeting together and say, well, what are the steps that we go through? So you don't want a whole bunch of steps. You want to keep it pretty simple. And you're walking through step to step to step until you have one of three results. You win, you lose, or you reach no decision, meaning you get stuck, stalled for budget reasons, whatever. And it's not lost, but it's not going to move forward for a while. And for each one, you can open it up and change the name. For example, if I just want to say qualify, and then you can set a % probability that you want for that stage. And then you want to check in include and forecast. You can see if include and forecast is one is lost. So anything that's not one of these should be included in forecast. And you want to double check these, because out of the box, these are not checked. So if your filters in your opportunity module are not working correctly, they seem to be, not showing what they should, then come into the sales stages and make sure this checkbox is checked. And then just click save, and then just work your way down through these to make sure this is checked. I've done this, and usually Linda or I will work with you to make sure those are checked off. So we've got that set up. So you can add sales stages, you can move them, once you've got one here, you can click here, move it up or down in the order. And you can, your row action button will let you edit, move up or down too. Disable means you leave it in the database, but it won't show up in your list anymore. Deleting can be dangerous, because if you have older opportunities in there with this stage and you suddenly delete it, you may actually orphan those records where you can no longer see them. So you just want to disable it, which leaves it in the database, but it won't be in the drop-down list of stages anymore. So deleting is, don't delete unless you check with our tech support team to see what's going to happen. So set sales stages, products. I'm going to skip pipeline boards for a moment. And products, this is a field that's been in ClaritySoft forever. And we've added new business, add-on businesses out of the box. Ignore these two. You can see they're disabled. Because people got confused. They were trying to put their product list here, and that's not what it's for. It's more a category type of list. So we've added new business, add-on business. So you could search for all the new business you've brought in the last 3 months, 6 months, whatever, versus add-on business. You could put, if you have major product categories like services versus installation versus whatever, you could make that in that drop down. So whatever you want to do here, it is a single select drop down. You can keep or modify, or you could remove it from view if you don't want to use it at all in the record designer. Relationship types. This is something where you can link records within ClaritySoft together. I'm not going to step into this today. It takes too long to explain. Record types you probably don't have, so I'm not going to talk about that. All right, I'm going to show you a pipeline board first before I show you how to create one. So this is all your customization. You want to do all of that, get it all done. Once you're done, you always need to log out and log back in. Okay, I didn't really change anything, so I'm not going to worry about it. And your whole team would need to log out and log back in if you've made some changes. Okay. All right, so creating an opportunity. I can create one manually. What I'm going to do is go back to our leads module. And I've been working with a lead. And I'm going to do something. I know their name is, oops, Technazip, Zap. Okay, so I'm just typing Techna up here and I'm hitting enter. And I'm not getting what I'm looking for. So then I sit here and think, well, why? Well, right up here, I'm looking for new leads only. Well, this particular lead I was working with, so I can change to working, or if I go to all leads, that's always your protector to go to. All leads, there it is, and the status is working. So just if you're not finding what you think you should find, check the filter up here. I can't stress that enough. All right, so Technazap, we've been working with them. What I always recommend is you open the lead record and you check all of your fields. Make sure you have filled in the information because all of this is going to flow forward. And you don't want to have to fill it in again, multiple times. So you check it all. My activities, and I will say I'm using these standard activities. This is an older database. Most of you, if you are newer to ClaritySoft, have enhanced activities, so your activities will look different. But I have closed activities here, which I just closed today. So these are going to flow forward with me. Anything that I've got here, if I have a scheduled activity, it will flow forward. All right. So once I have it, I click save to make sure I save all the changes. And then right here is my convert lead. Tells me I'm creating an account called Technazap. I'm creating a contact called Marvin Chalker. It's assigned to me. It can be assigned to anybody, and it's creating an opportunity. And then I can say convert, which it'll just do the conversion and leave me sit in leads. But I want to move forward. So I'm going to say, well, convert the record and jump immediately to the opportunity. And there I am. I'm in the opportunity. I have Technazaps filled in. It gives me a number because it's already saved it. And it then has all of this information came across. So I need to pick, this is a new business. Okay. I might not know this yet. And sales stage, where am I? You know, and I can decide where I am. You know, if I've pretty much qualified Marvin in leads, then maybe I'm already over to discovery where I'm getting this more specifications from him. So you set the stage where you know you are. Okay. ClaritySoft doesn't care. Your boss does, but ClaritySoft doesn't care. Okay. So the enter date will be the current date. The close date, this is important, as I said, to keep this accurate. So it's the end of April. So if you figure you've got at least 2 to 4 weeks of lead time, you might have 2 to 4 months of lead time. Set it to what makes sense. So I'm just going to kick it off into May. And that's there. And I want to keep that updated. This you can change, this you cannot. So you can see how long it took you to actually close this deal from the day that you created it. All right. My owner is here. My lead source came over. All of this is up fields that will update as you're working with the record. Okay. And my opportunity, it gives me a number, but I like to give it a name of some sort. So trying to think here. I have office products in here. So I'm going to say the opportunity is an office renovation where they're getting new furniture. Okay. So that's there. And then I can save it because I've updated it. And then I would continue to work with this. So what I'm going to do is I've been talking with Marvin, so I have kind of a sense of how much furniture and supplies they want to purchase. So I'm going to guess on the amount. All right. So I'm going to just give it $5,000. And when I save it, then you can see the amount is up here at the top to show me that it's worth $5,000. All right. And then I can add activities to the record, make phone calls, do all the things I would do. And over here, if I want to schedule things, I like to use this little pop open calendar and say, well, I want to Tuesday, but I want to maybe call them on Fridays. So I'm just going to click here and do, I want to schedule a meeting, but I'm going to make a phone call in order to do that. And it's on Friday at 10. And then it's on my calendar by default because it's already there. And again, this is the older standard activities. So if you're using enhanced activities, just kind of ignore this because you don't even know what this looks like. If you're still in standard activities, it looks just the way it's supposed to. My database is older, but it had more data in it than my newer one. So I'm going to save this. I've got an activity scheduled for Friday to call him. Okay. And it will be right there. Okay. So your activities you're doing just like you do in anywhere else in the database. And I just keep working and doing my thing with the database or with the opportunity. Okay, so let me save and close. And I'm still in the leads module. So because that's where I started. All right. And you can see that Technizap has been converted. So I'm done here. I'm not coming back here anymore for him. Go to opportunities. And I now see all my opportunities. And if I want to see something that's more relevant, then I can change to all active opportunities. All righty. And then I'm getting those. And if I change to all active this month, I won't see the one with Marvin because I set him to May. So let me see what we got here. Where is he? So we'll just start typing Technizap. And we get technologies. There he is right here. Okay. So if I do a little more typing, there we go. So I now have my opportunity there. I can see what it is. While I'm working with Marvin, I'm gathering information and I'm going to start getting him down to specific products. So when I'm ready for that, I go to products and services. And you can see here, I got a bunch of tabs and then I see more. I have to click here and then my plus sign is here. This depends on the resolution of your screen. If you have a larger screen and it's set to a higher resolution, you won't have the problem. But for me, I'm trying to keep it so you guys don't squint too much. So here's my crazy group of products. I guess I don't have my office stuff in here. I forgot. So I'm going to do these products. So you can come here and see. Now, the way I have my products set up here, when I choose them, and you might have a big long list, this is basically your whole product list, and you can search for a specific item, name, or number, or a group. And once you select them, you can look here on the selected items tab, and it shows you what you've selected. I kind of like this because it makes it, I don't know, when you're doing something and you kind of lose track of where you are, then it gives you the ability to check, oh, I skipped product such and such, and you can go back and say, well, I also wanted this one, especially if you've got a big long list. So you can double check everything that's right and then click apply and they all drop in. Then you can set your quantities. So I'm just randomly putting numbers in. Okay. And when I come back, now I have a total in here. Notice it's grayed out. That's because my numbers are coming from here. I can no longer type in here, which mess things up. If you need to get back to typing, then you would have to go here and delete every one of the line items in order to get back to free typing in that field. Notice the cost is here. If in your price book you entered a cost for each of your items, then that will calculate the cost. And it also shows right here. Okay, so it will show you there if you've put it in. If you haven't put it in, it's okay, no big deal. So I have now my my amount, I've got my opportunity, and I just keep working. I keep moving from stage to stage. So if I change this now to, maybe I'm ready for a quotation. So I can change it to quotation and I can save it. One of the other things that's here in the opportunity record is the sales stage history. And you can see here, I was in the discovery stage for 6 minutes. And I'm now in the quotation stage and it's starting a timer. So we've been working on this opportunity right now for a total of 6 minutes. And you can, it'll keep building that history. So this is helpful for you to see, well, how long am I spending per stage? Why am I stuck here? What's going on? That sort of thing. So it lets you see how you're doing in the process. Other tabs that are here. Email campaigns, you will only see if you have the marketing module in your ClaritySoft, or if you have the engage module, you will see the word engage here. Actually, you won't. It's only in contacts and leads. Attachments, you may, as in the other modules, you may add a document, maybe some sort of a spec sheet or something like that. Again, because of my computer screen, I have to click the more and then go to the plus, and then I can browse to find the document that I wish to attach here. And you can attach any number of documents, any type of documents that help you know what's going on with the opportunity. The only rule is that each document must be less than 20 megabytes in size. If it's greater than 20 megabytes, it won't attach it, but you can put any number of documents there. So that's very helpful. And once they're here, you can click on the link and it will open the document so you can view it right in ClaritySoft. And you can even open them up on your phone. So that's helpful. Notes. You can add notes. These would be kind of special notes. This is not your activities. I do not recommend this for your activities that you do, like your phone calls. This would be some sort of a special note that you might want to add about the opportunity, or perhaps the person you're working with, or the company, or whatever. Just something you want in there, but it doesn't need to come out in a report in any way, because these cannot be pulled into a report. All of your activities and the notes you put in your activities can come into a report. So I always want people to understand that. Then here's that relationships tab where you can link an opportunity to other accounts or contacts or whatever. I'm not going to get into that. Documents, what this is for is you can create what we call a merge document. It might be a place where you could create somewhat of a text, more word-oriented proposal type of document. And you can, then when you create them, you create a template, and then when you create the merge document, it gets saved here. So you could have multiple templates that you can use. Up here is where you can create a new document. Okay, so I want to create a new document based upon a template. And we do have a training video on this, so you can go look it up. But what will happen is whatever you create, see, it's pulling in Marvin's name, the company, his email, and you can create a Word type document. Okay. And so that some of you create proposals. Now, the one thing you need to know about the document merge is it will not pull in the product line items. You would have to type those in here, okay? But it will pull any of the custom fields in. It will pull in, you can type any data, you can edit it. Even though you have a template, you might want to add additional text here that's specific to Marvin. And you can do that in this template, okay? So then when I go back here and I say save and then exit, I now have under my documents tab that new document. And I can open it and continue to edit it. And then once I'm done with it, I can email it to the contact. So sometimes some people need a more proposal type of document rather than the quote template offers you, even though that can be a proposal type document, but it's pretty tedious to create in the quote template. And then we have the account data, the contact, and here's that roles tab. So by default, when you create an opportunity, the person who's the contact will be added, okay? And why don't we see the word role here? There it is. So I can see he doesn't have a role. So if I open him, edit role there, I can choose, he is the lead sales manager, let's say. So that's his role. Then I can add a new person as and again, I need to go here for the plus sign, and then I type a person's name. Now they do need to be in contact in the database. So I'm just going to randomly start typing this person. He is the engineer, and I can continue to add people. What's nice about this is, let's say I need to communicate with all of my people that are involved in this opportunity. I can come over here and click in a checkbox, and I could select all of them, or I can select 2 of them, or however many I have, and then go to actions, email, pull up an email. It'll be from you. You put in the subject line, you type your email, and you send it, and it will go to these people. And you can even insert a field in here. So you could say first name, hello, and then type your email and then send it. So that's nice to have for communications within the opportunity. And like I said, you have this in opportunities and you have it in the projects module, which sometimes for a project team you want to be able to do. So those are all the different tabs in your opportunity that you can use to help you manage the information about the opportunity and keep moving the opportunity forward. All right, pipeline boards. I want to show you that. So let me get a list of opportunities here. And over here, you have a button called Board View. And it may be that you click on it and it comes up with a message saying there are no board views, talk to your admin. And so this is what you're going to do. I have a board view created. Right here, actually I have several. Okay. And what it does, once you define it, is it now shows you your opportunities in this, what we call Kanban view or board view. And it groups them by the stage and shows you the total value per stage. And it gives you the different opportunities according to your filter at the top. So right now I'm looking at all active. If I change this to active this month, you'll see the value up here change. And you can see, if you notice, then these all changed as well, according to what is there. And it's not showing any one lost or no decision ones because I'm doing only active ones. So if I did all opportunities forever, I have the 5 million. And when I scroll over, you can see I have the ones, the lost, and the no decisions. So it shows you, just like the list view, it shows you those opportunities that you currently have. So if I go back to active this month, what I want to try and do is move these guys forward. So let's say I've been talking to Heckle's Cutlery here. They're still at the discovery stage, but I've done a lot of work with them and I can move them forward all the way to presentation. So I can stick them there. Now it resorted itself because it puts it in an order with the close date. All right. So it's doing the order of the close date. But when you drag it, ClaritySoft automatically will change the sales stage inside the record for you. You don't have to do it. But if you want to open the record for whatever reason, then you can click on the little pencil and you will see it's been set to the presentation stage. Your sales stage history has been updated automatically. So if you need to edit in here, like maybe, oh, you're ready to put some products in, then you could add your products and services and get the amount. But you can see that it's kind of a nice way to look at your opportunities and see where you are and then easily drag them from one stage to the next. So say maybe here, Las Vegas came through. So I'm going to drag them into the one column and I now have them. Oops, where'd they go? Oh, active this month. Let's see. Here's one this month. So I'm only seeing anything I've won currently. Okay, so again, if it disappears, look at your filter. And you may want to create some additional filters. Here's year-to-date one opportunity. So that's just the one. Okay, so that's the Kanban view. If I go back up here and I'll just do all opportunities, then I'm going to see my Las Vegas one down here somewhere at the bottom. Where did it go? For a reason I can't see it. It's there somewhere. Okay, it's in there somewhere, I'm sure. But anyway, that's how you can use this. And some people like this really, a lot better than just the plain old list view. If you want to go back to list view, you can go back to this and then you can easily switch to board view. So the question is, how do I create a board, a pipeline board? Again, you need to be an admin user. You go to settings and over here, you go to customization, opportunities, pipeline boards. And you can see the boards I already have here. And I'm going to add a new pipeline. Yours will be blank when you come here and you give your board a name. So I'm just going to call it, this will be a repeat of what I already have. And you have your stages here. So I'm doing only active stages. And what I want to do is pull these over in the order in which I want them. All of these are inactive stages, so I don't want those. And then I just save this. All right. So I have all active stages. This is my new one. And you can edit it, you can delete it if you want to. Now, just like custom fields, these pipeline boards need to be added to the record designer. And we've given you a little shortcut button here to click on, which is going to jump you immediately to the opportunity record designer and to the tab called pipeline boards. You can see here's the screen layout, which you would normally go to, but you come over here to pipeline boards and you drag your board over. You can put it in the order in which you want it. And maybe, you know, because I don't need that one anymore because they're basically duplicates, then I can move it out of the way. I save it. And then I need to log out. And back in. So I have that. And when I come back in, I can go to board view and all active stages. And there it is. And again, paying attention to the filter up here. So that's how you could create those pipeline boards. And again, depending on how many stages you have and whatever combinations you want, you can create different board views. And then it's very easy to switch from list view to board view. All right, reports. Oh, and I have been completely ignoring questions. I am sorry, folks. Let me drop back here. So Peggy's asking, do you have to create an account first? Yes, you always must create an account and a contact first, okay? Because everything in ClaritySoft hangs off an account. So you need to have an account and you need to have a contact. Training webinars. You just need to go to our knowledge base and the video tutorials and look there. And they're from the newest, the most recent recordings backwards. You go to the webinar and view the full playlist. And then there's a getting started with Clarity CRM. That would be a good one to start with. Because it goes through the whole process in the database. And then from there, you can kind of pick and choose what seems to be the area where you need the most help. Okay, there's lots of videos out there. And yes, ClaritySoft does link with Outlook. There are videos on that in the training. Look for all things email, and you've got it. Okay. All right. In the reports module, we have a section on opportunities, and you have different reports already built in. So right here is opportunities grouped by owner with a close date of this month. Here's by the product, that would be the new business, the add-on business. By the lead source, how many opportunities came in according to specific lead sources, and sales stage. So let's do the sales stage one. So all you have to do is click on it. It will give you a preview and you can see the columns, okay? And then here are the sales stages. And then this is to basically show you got some information. And then you go to download and you can go to Excel, a CSV, or a PDF file. I usually go to Excel. Hello. And where is my Excel? Oh, I always go to the bottom left instead of looking at the top. Still haven't trained my brain on that one. And here we go. So here's our report. And you can see it's got the title here. It has grouped by the sales stage. There are 4 records at the discovery stage. And then you can see it has the account. All of these data fields, when you design your own report, you can include whatever data fields you want, okay? But per group, you get a subtotal. So your value of your discovery stage is 43,000, then negotiations, presentation, total record, or not total records, qualify, quotation. Now, the thing is here, these do come out in a alphabetical order, which is not the order of the sales stages themselves. So sometimes what people do to trick that, they'll put like a 0-1 in front of the first stage, a 0-2, a 0-3, and then that allows it to sort the proper way. So they come out the way you want them in the order. And then you have a grand total down here, the 693,000, and you have a total of 35 records. So simple report there. Again, a lot of these serve your purpose. Like here's a 90-day forecast by month. And so you can see that it's going to do April, May, and June, 3 months out. It's already set up to do that, actually 4 months. And so you can run these reports, the ones that are built in. If they don't quite serve your purpose, then you can create your own reports. And on the knowledge base, there is a training session on how to create reports. We don't have time to do that today, but these are here and you can see how they come out. Pretty simple, okay? And they're pretty easy to build if you haven't done them yet once you go through a first one in deciding. We also have dashboards, which are charts. And when you come to your dashboards module, this will be blank. And you can come here and go to settings. And then I'm going to turn off these guys. And here I have opportunities by owner this month, by stage year to date. So there, I've built some of these. So we'll just turn all these on. So you can see that the charts are here. So it's showing you grouped by the owner this month. So this is what is a close date of the current month of April. These are all your opportunities by stage, and it's just kind of a count. This is by stage year to date and their value. Okay. And then this is by owner year to date and the value. So these, again, you can create your own new dashboards and you set them up. And again, there is a training session on that out on the webinar. So those are things that can help you see more pictorial representations outside of the opportunities module. All right. I think we have covered everything and we've gone past our time, which is normal for me. So first of all, thanks for attending. We're glad you were able to attend today. And if you need any help with this, then you go to, you can call our support team at any time between 8:00 a.m. and 6 p.m. Eastern time. And they will be happy to help you. And their phone number is 888-838-7487, extension 2. Or you may email them at support@claritysoft.com, which that is a 24-hour. Someone will answer you at 3:00 in the morning usually. And then if you have any questions about anything, you can email us at info@claritysoft.com. And we like to hear feedback at any time. I didn't mention, I'm going to just mention really quickly because somebody did bring it up. The knowledge base, if you want to get to it, you go to the question mark up here, knowledge base, and then you can search for answers in here. Like you can look for Outlook plugin if you're using Outlook, and that will explain that connection or any other topic. And then here's the video tutorials. You can click go. Stop this, click on playlists, go to ClaritySoft training sessions, view the full playlist, and then you have all of these out here. So you can just scroll through. But to get started, getting started with Clarity CRM is one. And then all things email if you're setting up email, and then kind of go from there. So just scroll down through these and see what might be helpful to you to use. And with that, I'm done. So thank you for attending and have a great rest of the day.